Good morning and welcome to the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the beautiful University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, and a good morning in particular to those early risers in British Columbia. 5 o'clock in the morning out west, 9 o'clock almost here in the east as we get set for day one of the Canada Basketball under 15 and under 17 championships here in New Brunswick's capital. Right off the hop of the recreational gym this morning, British Columbia, the visiting team, playing Prince Edward Island, the designated home team here, as we get set for 6 days of action. Second consecutive summer Basketball New Brunswick has hosted a national event. Last year was the under 17 and under 15 girls. Of course, the girls this year are out in Victoria, BC, while the guys come east to battle here in Fredericton. Full day of action here today as we get set for this national event. Pretty excited to have everybody involved, and thank you for joining us on SportsCanada.TV. Everything is rolling here. The crew is here. The Canada basketball officials are all on hand, and we're just minutes away from kicking this off. Of course, competition going up 4 floors above us at the performance gym at the under 17 level. I'm Brad James, running solo here today, but we'll have some company throughout. Basketball New Brunswick very happy to have us making sure all the sounds and sights from all the games through SportsCanada.TV are indeed a part of this national event as the teams return to their benches. And the officials today, Jalon Spicer and Kieran Roach, getting set, peeling off the gear, and ready to roll as we get set for the starting lineups. We are 1 minute away from opening tip of this national tournament. And we're ready to rock and roll here. Game one of the Under 15 Canada Basketball Championships, waiting for its tip. Prince Edward Island in its traditional green and white. British Columbia wearing the black. Blue jerseys with red trim. And the opening tip goes to BC, looking for a quick bucket off the hop. That is kept in play. PEI on the turnover, moves it up. And here comes the Island racing away as McKinnon rifles it up onto the left side, looking for an outside shot if they can get it. McKinnon has it, dumps it inside, gets it on the peel, and there's a good look right off the hop, and that's banked it in by Zach Blood. Early initial momentum to PEI. Good crowd on hand here today. Of course, Prince Edward Island, a neighboring province of New Brunswick. A large British Columbia contingent watching, and the BC under-17 boys are also checking things out here on opening day Monday. And the Island looking to get out to a quick start as Whitnell. It's back to McKinnon. Puts it over onto the left side. It's McDonald Wood. He dumps it inside. Thought just for a second there Matheson was going to be able to go up. He doesn't. Strip from him, and BC in transition moving in, and a nice dump inside, and that's an easy bucket. Right off the hop, tied up as Gurkaren Aljla knots this at 2. We're just under a buck into play here in this under 15 game. PEI in white, as mentioned. BC in the black jerseys. Dished out. Island passing up some shots inside, and that is off the outside of the rim. PEI with the rebound. A nice little turnaround, but the floater doesn't go. Off the hands of Matheson, but PEI showing some grit here early. Gets it inside. Matheson's going to try again. That one, in and out. BC with the rebound. They're going to move it Coaching saying move the ball quickly. We're going to see some mistakes at this under 15 level. That's what makes it so exciting. A lot of talent on both teams. And an outside look. And that's a 3 from Mabeni. 5-2 PEI, 8:11 to go here in the first quarter. Brad Janes here on SportsCanada.TV. Thanks for joining us. Big man may have got away with a double dribble there, moving inside and lays it in. As Ajla picks it up again, he's going to be a force and he's going to be a difficult player for PEI to contain. Big inside presence is Karen Ajla. Impressive off the opening tip, and you can tell BC looking for him and that presence inside. He also runs the floor very well. BC moving in. PEI having a little bit of trouble containing on the inside, and that's another easy bucket there as Randawa picks up his first bucket of the week. PEI, which out to that 2-0 lead, now falling down on a 9-0 run, and there's a nice 3 from the corner. It gets him back quickly. Ryan McKinnon, and then transition the other way. Ajla again for the easy lay-in. It's 11-5. PEI with the momentum of a 3 and then just gave up a 2, but looking again from the outside. Get something going. PEI more than content to shoot it. And McDonald Wood comes up short in that on the turnover. And that's going to allow Ruben Wright to inbound. Moving the ball up is Mabeni. He's asking for some help. On a screen, doesn't arrive. Dishes out well to the top of the key. There's a shot way outside by Randoa. Doesn't go. PEI with the rebound. As McDonald Wood looks for something inside, kicks it out to Whitnell. He's out. Nice little hesitation move there by McKinnon. PEI inside and out. Not looking to shoot at this point. There's a shot from the corner. It's going to come up way short. And BC going left to right. Goes hard, if not right to left, as I get my hand signals here early on a Monday morning. And inside, trying to go lefty is the big man. He turns it around and goes right with Ajla. More buckets for him. Basketball in New Brunswick, proud to present this national championship. Unfolding here at the Richard J. Curry Center. Remember, this is the recreational gym, but it's been transformed into a beautiful facility. Normally, there's a foul. Good work there by McDonald Wood. He's going to go to the line. And of course, upstairs is the Performance Center, where the medal games will be played on Saturday. That is home to the University of New Brunswick Reds of U Sports Atlantic University Sport. And that foul and a timeout. PEI 13-7 here, so it's been a bit of an ebb and flow game as we have our first timeout of the contest. PEI quickly out of the gate. And then a 9-0 run by BC. Big 3 brought the Island Crew back into things, but it sits at 13-7 now, 5:56 to go. And obviously the game plan is try to figure out a way to stop BC's Ajla, who's just been a dominating force inside here early in the game. So PEI will have its hands full. We'll see what they do to switch. We have fans videotaping other fans that are here from BC today, which is great. Many of the teams, most of the teams actually getting in yesterday. Some of them had arrived on Saturday just to get used to the time change, get used to the floors. Positive reaction, talking to some BC fans today, enjoying their cross-country trek, which is great. In this wonderful facility that is home to UNB. Of course, the province is off today, celebrating New Brunswick Day on August 5th. So I mentioned a pretty good crowd here from the provinces and expected to swell tonight when Team New Brunswick plays under 15 and under 17 games. The host province playing Newfoundland in both age class contests. As this tournament gets off and running. Here early this morning at 7, plenty of people on campus, plenty of people at the gym getting things ready as we get back to action with McDonald Wood on the charity stripe, looking to make this a 3-point play. And he does indeed that, cuts the lead. It's a 5-point game, 13-8. British Columbia leads. Neither team with any substitutions yet, willing to go with their starters, see how deep it goes. And there's the dump inside. Nice job by McDonald Wood to strip the big man. And moving in on the left wing and going right was BC's Metawali, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line. Picking up that foul is McDonald Wood. That's going to be his first, PEI's first. BC with one team foul as well. Great to see Ron Young here and the cast of Canada basketball crew. Dedicated volunteer group here as well, led by Kathleen Johnson. Pretty easy to see in their bright pink T-shirts, everything from minor officials to ticket takers to apparel sellers and anything else in between. Trying to feed this group, runners for that. It takes an awful lot to run a national tournament. It could not happen without the help of volunteers, and that is 100% fact. Volunteers make this happen, and for the second consecutive year, those in Fredericton and around New Brunswick, even Basketball New Brunswick has had some volunteers coming in from Nova Scotia to help out and be a part of this national event. PEI ball, and they're going to be with limited seconds to get the ball out of the backcourt. Looking to go forward with it, dump it into the middle. McDonald Wood, who's been omnipresent here early, gets away with one there, and he gets the ball back. BC with some serious pressure going here. Finally an open look. Goes to Whitnell. He misses that. Who's going to grab the board? It's BC. And in transition, BC is quick and going to the bucket. Nice lay-in. Just getting behind the PEI defense is Randawa. And it's 17-8. PEI here coming up to the halfway point of the first quarter. Nice little move on the outside, but that shot off the hand of Nate Whitnell is deflected, and BC now has its game going, looking to open up a run here. If it can, remember early in the contest, after falling behind 2-0, ripped off 9 consecutive points, and the layup off the left hand is missed there by Randawa. And PEI moving it, trying to get back in. They certainly not getting much inside, so they're going to live and die by the outside. McDonald Wood off the mark on that. BC looking for the shot. Nice little step back, and that's off of the front of the rim. Mabeni can't make that connect. PEI on the turnover. Looking to cut in. McDonald Wood. This under 15 game kicking off 2019 Canada Basketball Under 15 Championship here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Donald Wood looking for some help in the way of a screen. That doesn't come. He's going to be in some traffic there. Can't make it fall, but battles. 30-second clock. Teams just kind of took a little break there. One of the things you have to understand, too, at this level, and PEI just caught on a substitution malfunction as Ben Plord trying to get in, but it's imperative that the player checks in with the scorer's table. Some at the high school level or club level, you can just go in and the referee's going to wave you in. Not at the national level, and it's little things like that that can sometimes make an adjustment. Nice athletic move there by Metawali. Good job as he gets a pair. And it's 21-8, and stripping there is Mabeni. It's it into Metawali again, and there's another bucket. So BC's quickness allows it to open a 23-8 lead over PEI here. And another turnover. The Island not taking care of the ball. And a big move there. And what's the call? In the block. Big battle there. Pretty massive height and weight difference there as Ojla goes in against Blood, draws the foul. It's 25-8 now. And he's looking to cap a three-point play. PEI going with some massive subs now. Plord coming in. He was up, hoping to get in a little bit earlier, but the Island making 3 changes. And the PEI faithful welcoming the new faces onto the floor. 3:08 to go here in the first. 25-8. Make that 26 now as the three-point play is completed. Coming in for BC now is Gert Siran, and he's going to jump right into the fray and look after McDonald Wood on the inbound. BC getting some turnovers here now, forcing PEI into some situations it doesn't want to be in. And trying to go to the bucket. Big block there, and here comes BC on that transition play. There's the kick out looking for 3 and some more damage. That comes up short. Rebound gobbled up by BC. Coming in and off the glass. Nice move there by Parker Fleming. and he's good for a pair as the Island trying to find its wits here. McDonald Wood, a lot of responsibilities for him here early. Kicks it out, just missing that turnover, and inside, looking to jam that up top was Jordan Ellsworth. That didn't work, and there's the long touchdown pass. Oh, and a nice spin move shot off the hands of Metawali. He's quick. Donald Wood has it now, trying to get this offense in a little bit of sync as PEI looks for double figures. McDonald Wood kicks it out. There's a wide open look off the right hand and a three. That's a big answer there by Ben Plord, just to get back into things after a complete domination period there by BC. We're just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Nice left-handed layup by Mabeni. He can do it from the dish and inside. Opens up a 30-11 lead for BC. And there's some wide open. PEI is getting some looks, just can't make that three fall. As Nate Whitnell tried his luck on that one. Wide open in the right corner, it didn't fall. You see, going 5 out, looking to push, and definitely a push there, speaking of that, from Jordan Ellsworth. 30-11. 87 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and that is Jordan Ellsworth picking up the foul on that. Two-man system here in the U15. Referees, of course, being evaluated, whether through videotape or old-fashioned eyes. Big assignment for them as well. You think of the players all the time making it here as representatives of their province. The officials look for this opportunity as well to work in a national level. BC content to keep it on the left wing here. Then inside, going hard left, missing that was Metawali. Shot clock expires. $1:12 to go here in the first. Thanks for joining us here this morning. SportsCanada.TV. Brad Janes, proud to bring you this action on behalf of Canada Basketball and Basketball New Brunswick. A lot going on this week. Good weather protected. New Brunswick's capital. Hopefully not as hot as last year. If you remember last year, had a power outage on opening day. Ended up being 2 power outages because of the extreme heat. Got through it. Actually played a game last year under auxiliary lights. Both New Brunswick under-17 girls and Prince Edward Island girls at the time agreed to play it. It wasn't ideal, but it wasn't bad either. It went off without a hitch. PEI now getting into a little bit of foul trouble. It's fourth. And that's Ellsworth. A couple of fouls for the big man now. He stays in the game. 51.4 seconds left in the first. And BC comfortably ahead, 30-11. On the line is Metawali. Misses the first one on the back of the rim. Gets a little bit of love from the teammates. Tried to sink this in some directions going before he launches this one. And he misses on both. Gets the ball, aggressive. Good work by McDonald Wood to poke it away, but BC controls, and there's a wide open three look. Coop misses that. Nice hustle to get it. Bounces it off of Ellsworth and keeps the ball alive. 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. 40.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Referees have a discussion. Reset the shot clock to 14. Fleming inbounds that. Sit into Siran. Dishes off. Cutting through traffic. Nice bucket the hard way. Metawali goes 0 for 2 from the line and then drives through 3 players for a pair. PEI almost has a full shot clock. He's trying to get anything to take into the second quarter that's positive. McDonald Wood, he's been good here this morning. Misses that, tries to get the rebound, can't. BC. Good work there by McDonald Wood all over his man. Causes a turnover. PEI is going to get a last shot if BC doesn't turn it. Good work there. Keeping it alive by Singh. Down to 2. Somebody's got to shoot it. There's a long distance 3. Doesn't work from Ben Plord, but some good scrappiness by PEI. But the big thing is it trails BC 32-11 here after 1 quarter. We'll be back on SportsCanada.TV. welcome back. Richard J. Curry Center, the campus of the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, as we get set for second quarter action here. Under 15 Canada basketball boys play between British Columbia and Prince Edward Island. BC with a 32-11 lead after 10 minutes of play. The Island, lots of open looks, nothing flowing. Most of BC's points have been inside. Certainly a size advantage here, and that was expected moving in. PEI with its hands full, with a much bigger physically, taller, and weight-wise in this first contest. And as mentioned, some under-17 play going on upstairs as that portion of the tournament opens as well. We'll have a full day of action here today. Tomorrow, of course, is a little bit of a quieter day. Starts in the morning, goes through the afternoon. And then the players break for a banquet. It's great to see so many parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family extensions coming here to Fredericton. And it is an opportunity as someone who's been able to attend 4 national championships across the country. And it's a great experience to see different cities, different provinces, and meet as many people as you can. The Canada basketball community might be big, but it is small. You go to enough of these national tournaments, and there's a lot of handshakes. You get to see a lot of familiar faces, which is what it's all about. The sponsors: Molten, BioSteel, Toyota, Bell, Nike, Toronto Raptors, and U Sports, all with banners proudly displayed here at this national event. Here's McDonald Wood. He's had the ball a lot for PEI through 10 minutes. The Island has some open looks as Singh comes up a little short on his first bid. Goes off the rim. Good battle by the Island. Keeps it alive. A little work there by Plord. Gets it inside. But the Island, again, content to kick it out. They're not going to win a whole lot of battles inside. So they're looking to shoot. Those shots start falling. Things might happen. Coop gets the ball onto the wing to Lowen. He dishes off into Talib. He has it. Back to Coop. No look pass inside. And he's going to run and gun and move in. Kicks it out to the big man. And that's what guards do. And he's fouled is Parker Fleming, and BC will go to the line. That was Fleming's foul. PEI with 1 timeout left. British Columbia has both here in the first half. 32-11. We're just 45 seconds in to the second quarter. First one is good. Off the right hand of Parker Fleming. See if he can complete the charity stripe. If not charity stripe swing, he does indeed. Stretches the lead to 34-11. BC pulling the pressure off a little bit now. Willing to meet on the offensive court. There's a foul. Picking up that indiscretion is Reed Lowen. PEI will control. That's team's first. First foul of the game to Lowen as well. Singh's going to inbound. Coop's going to keep an eye on him as PEI tries to set its offense. Into McDonald Wood, no surprise there. He looks, gets stuffed inside. BC, Lowen has it. PEI coach imploring to stop the ball. Let's see if that does indeed work with BC with control. Kick it out, good look there. And Talib has it, he's going to grind inside. Knocks his man Singh down. Charge it is, PEI coming up there. Singh standing his ground. And the offensive foul goes to Caden Talib as he takes Singh out. Donald Wood on the inbound. A little bit of pressure here now by British Columbia. Donald Wood picks up his dribble but dumps it inside quickly. Ellsworth. On the outside, Ellsworth now can't handle that pass. It looks like Coop's going to get it as he put the head down and went in, and he goes in left side and lets that roll in on the right. Nice hustle there by Cole Coop. You could see his eyes light up as soon as that ball was deflected. He went in on a breakaway. 2 points the hard way. Pushes it up now. Does Coop to Fleming. Can't make that work. Big board inside. Coop's got it. He's got a look. Checks the line. In and out. Looking for the 3, but there's that inside presence and a foul. As Reed Lowen gets knocked to the hardwood. U15 picks up the foul. That's his third on Jordan Ellsworth. See if he's coming out. As substitution is Ryan McKinnon looking to come in after the free throw effort. This is the first one, so if BC's struggling anywhere, it's from the free throw line. But 36-11, and joining to come into the game is Sean Matheson. And that is good, so we'll have some substitutions there as Ellsworth comes out. And McDonald Wood also comes out. So a couple of key players for the Island taking a seat. 37-11, BC leads, 8:06 to go. Brad Janes here at the Richard J. Curry Center. SportsCanada.TV, bringing you the pictures all week and the sounds. I know the crew was here late last night setting up the cameras and the microphones and all the equipment that they don't allow me to touch, which is a good thing. Probably have a whole bunch of test patterns across the vast country. I want to wish Basketball British Columbia the best of luck as well, hosting the girls under 17 and under 15 championships in Victoria. Beautiful Victoria. Most of those teams arriving Saturday and yesterday to kick off that national event. Youth event showcased by Canada Basketball. Of course, the country doing some wonderful things on the hardwood at the international level in the game. Of course, with the Toronto Raptors winning an NBA championship as well back in June, the game is exploding. You can see the popularity rising in New Brunswick and across the country. It's great to see, and off the bank comes PEI's Ben Murphy. A little shot of adrenaline there for the Island crew. BC in complete control here, 37-13. As we reach the 3-minute mark of this second quarter, and some good work there and some battling by Reed Lowen. He's taking his time and a little bit of a baby sky hook there to make that count for a pair. 39-13, 6:46 to play here in the first half. And again, PEI unable to get inside. Remember, there's no zone defense at the under 15 level. In fact, on the minor officials table, there's a position known as a zone buster, just to make sure that there are no 1-3, 1s, 2-3s, anything of it. Of course, the coaches know that, but going in, but sometimes players can just fall into that. And a nice job there on the rebound. That's Garrick Saran just taking control, saying, my ball, my bucket. And he does indeed tally. It's 41-13. Athletic therapists at both gymnasiums to make sure some of the players are getting taped up early from injuries and nicks. I was actually talking to PEI Sam Martin prior to the game, and he's on crutches with a cast, and just at New Brunswick's massive Summerfest tournament just a couple of weeks ago, going in for a layup, came down awkwardly and broke his tibia. So he is out and at the end of the bench, and of course, as you can imagine, being that age and missing a national championship, pretty dejected. He is here supporting his teammates. Just 2 weeks away from national play, and he went down injured, so had a little chat with him. He'll be back. He may not be playing this year, but hopefully he gets his crack at representing PEI next year. For Sam Martin of PEI, out with an injury, and there's a foul on BC. That one's going against Randawa, and that's his first. That's third foul for BC. PEI has a pair, and it trails 41-13, 5.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The clock got stuck a little bit there, so I had to take my headphones off and give the official scorer a little nudge. Multitasking here early on New Brunswick Day. Came across the Westmoreland Street Bridge, which divides north and south here in Fredericton today, and not a soul on the bridge at 7 a.m. Most days, of course, the commute to downtown Fredericton and the south side is pretty busy. So it was free sailing to get to the University of New Brunswick campus. UNB, home of the U Sports Reds. UNB shares a campus, actually. It is the big brother, if you will, but St. Thomas University here, small liberal arts university, which competes at the CCAA level in men's and women's basketball. busy winter here between the UNB Reds and St. Thomas University Tommies. Basketball fans in Fredericton have the pick. And of course, a vibrant high school scene here as well. 3 major high schools in New Brunswick's capital city. PEI trailing 43-13 here in the opener, the lid lifter, if you will. Canada Basketball Under-15 Championships, the Under-17 tournament. Opening upstairs. Everybody will play on both floors. PEI encouraged to shoot, and Singh knocks one down in front of the home crowd. 43-16. Diminutive in stature, but a big 3 there. Off the right hand of Arman Singh. And PEI with the athleticism. How about that for a bucket? Nice job there by Randhawa. He's been impressive for BC. Driving in hard, scoring the bucket. PEI again content to shoot, and that's a tray from Ben Plord, who gives a little bit of a fist bump there. So all of a sudden back-to-back threes in the Island. We talked about if they're going to even cut into this lead, they're going to have to knock those down. They've hit back-to-back from beyond the arc. Just outsized here is one of the biggest issues PEI is battling with. As it goes to its bench, moving the ball ahead, is McKinnon. He's got some room, but look at that, just swarm of BC players. Singh does a good job keeping that in, dumps it into Plord. See if he goes into the corner. He does indeed, and McKinnon with a shot. That goes off the far side rim. BC in transition. Nice little lead pass there. And that layup lands for Talib. 47-19 is the lead for the designated visiting team from British Columbia. PEI McKinnon has his hands full. Shaking off Mabeni, sets up the offense. Singh gets the ball turned over, going to call a foul against BC. Unless the ball went out of bounds, we'll see from the referee, and that I'll correct myself. The ball went out of bounds on that play. BC and PEI both making a couple of roster changes. Zach Blood returns to the game. Singh on the far side. We'll see if PEI goes 5 out here. Trailing 47-19, 3:20 to go here in the opening quarter. Unable to handle that. That was Ben Plord. It rolls out of bounds. BC's going to recover. Inbounding that is Ruben Wright. And slowly but confidently and surely, Kujak Mabeni, and ball gets inside. Point guard making things happen as Randhawa picks up a pair. Plord has it on the right side. It's a step, dumps it inside. Matheson kicks it back on to Whitnell. Singh has it, gets a little bit of room, kicks it back onto the wing to Whitnell. There's 3, goes off the outside of the rim, and BC's going to control the rebound. Breaks the other way. Step, nice shot. Falls inside. Metawali scores, and with BC bringing Gurkaran Ajla back into the game just changes everything on both sides of the rim. PEI with his hands full right off the hop with him. And he's going to be difficult individual to contain. He has the ball now. Kicks it out. See if he backs up. Goes one-on-one. Nice move inside. Off glass. Doesn't make it count. Matheson doing his best to contain him. Oh, only got away with a bit of a walk there from Plord. PEI trying to get anything happen and turnover right into the hands of Randhawa. He's going to settle things down. 51-19. BC leads. Buck 52 and counting to go here in the second. Off glass. Doesn't go. PEI picks it up. Puts it down in the left wing with Plord. Takes a look. He's got to fend off. Nice good screen there by Matheson. Picks up to Blood. He goes off the front and off. Oh, and a good job inside by PEI's Nate Whitnell. Picks up the foul. A little second effort there will usually get you some help. Picking up that foul was Ruben Wright. That's number 2, and it's BC's 4th team foul. PEI with 3 team fouls. 94 seconds to play here in the first half. On the line for PEI is Nate Whitnell. And again, good second effort to draw that foul against Wright. Sizes up the bucket. Brand new stanchions down here. Backboard, rim, the whole thing. Last year was different setup. Basketball in New Brunswick, but these are literally right out of the package here about 3 days ago at the Richard J. Curry Center. 51-20. BC in command here late in the first half. These national championships are brought to you in part by Bell. Visit a Bell store to check out amazing selection of devices and new data plans with no overage fees. Great time to get on Canada's best mobile network. See bell.ca/network for details. Canada Basketball also thanking Toyota Canada, pitching in for the 2019 championships. As BC on the line. A bit of a funky delivery there from Ajla. But he's good on the first half. See if he can cap the 2 for 2. As he doesn't, 50%, and there's another. As PEI picking up that foul was Metawali. So that's the first. That's team's 5th. A little bit of confusing, but it is team foul, so they're going to come to the other way and go to the line. A little bit of confusion there with the officials. And going to the line will be Nate Whitnell. 52-20, 74 seconds to play, if not 64 seconds left to go here in the first half. First one by Whitnell's good. Being an English major, I will correct myself, 74 seconds to go in terms of accuracy, just in case you have to run and get a cup of tea and prepare for halftime. Thank you again for joining us on SportsCanada.TV. Brad James here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Game 1, under 15 Canada Basketball Championships here. Well underway now. Is this year's version of the National Championships, and continuing to get inside is BC. Outstanding rebound. Unable to make it work. All kinds of carnage going on in front. Going to go to the line. There is a foul on PEI. We'll see who it is. About 3 players involved there. They're calling it on BC. Going the other way. Couldn't get a clarification there. It goes against BC's Randawa. That's his second. So going back to the line, and this time it's going to be McDonald Wood. See if he can cash in here. So there's all kinds of traffic down there, but BC deemed to be the aggressor on that one, and of course had reached 5 team fouls. McDonald Wood knocks that in, 52-22. 23 is the score now. BC again in control with 54.8 seconds to play here in the opening half. From beyond the arc, missing that one was Talib. And the Island crew looking to make something happen late. McDonald Wood has it, dishes it inside. He's going to get it back. He does. He's got a wide open look, passes it up, goes to the line, doesn't get it, dishes off to Blood. He kicks it onto the outside. PEI wanting to shoot. You could hear his coach imploring his players to come to the ball. They don't, and there's some more athleticism. A big take by Parker Fleming. Scores off the turnover. And McDonald Wood has it again as PEI. Minimal seconds on the shot clock, and a long distance blast off the right hand of Ben Plord doesn't fall. BC with a last second bid and scores just prior to the buzzer. Plord having himself a game as we reach halftime. 56-23, British Columbia leads. We'll be back with the second half of this under 15 Canada Basketball lid lifter in 10 minutes. Welcome back to the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the University of New Brunswick in Fredericton as we get set for second half action here between British Columbia, the designated visiting team in this opening game, the under-15 championships, and Prince Edward Island, BC, with a 56-23 lead as officials Jaylon Spicer and Kieran Roach encouraging the teams to get on the court as we count down. 56-23. BC, the benefactor of some serious runs in the first half. PEI having all kinds of trouble dealing with some of the size difference, especially Karen Ajla, who had his way inside, and BC scoring most of its points actually on turnovers and inside buckets. PEI trying to rely on the long range shot, had a little bit of a run from Threeville, but unable to sustain a whole lot of emotion. BC with the ball to open things, and boom, surprise, it gets into the hands of Ajla quickly, and BC comes out of the locker room very quickly with Metawali connecting. And just like that, British Columbia off and running. Remember, basketball, British Columbia hosting the girls U17, U15 championships in Victoria. That also gets underway. Used to be a split. Sometimes they would have alternate weeks, but last couple of years anyway, the boys and girls national championships being decided during the same week. We're getting closer too to a Canada Summer Games year. 2021 will be the next games. The last time Canada Games were held, 2017 in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And off the glass, BC coming out flying as Randawa pumps that one home. BC reaches the 60-point plateau now, leading 60-23. We're just inside a minute gone here in the third quarter. BC back looking for more cabbage, and off the glass is Ajla, and he connects. BC going to be going to its bench here in the second half. A chance for everybody to get in. McDonald Wood, who's been solid for PEI, arguably PEI's best player here in its opener, gets to the bucket for a pair. Oh, and a nice job inside by Randawa. Just again showing that athleticism, finding a minuscule hole to get in, got in, and then laid it in. Some good work there. 64-25, BC leads. Manitoba blasting Newfoundland in the under-17 opener. Upstairs on the fourth floor at the performance court, it was 70-30 at halftime for the Bison province. Over the rock. Easy bucket there by Ruben Wright. And PEI, with no answers here early in the third quarter against British Columbia. And the Island looking outside. Ball does get over, just hesitating for a second was Blood, unable to get the shot away. Shot clock coming down. McKinnon gets it away. It doesn't fall. And BC in transition. Moves it up on to the left wing and finding all kinds of space and just laying it in. Ajit Randawa. He's having himself a game here just 3 minutes in to the third quarter. So PEI now going to be charged with just trying to defend here. McDonald Wood with the tray, goes off the right side of the rim. Randawa, who's had the ball seemingly the entire time, gets it up to the big man. As he got out of bounds, he throws it in for the turnover. Trying to have something saved, didn't. McKinnon has it now for PEI inside and off the glass. That works for Jordan Ellsworth. Remember, Ellsworth playing with 3 fouls here in the second half. Cool as a cucumber, Mabeni has it. It out. Ajla just wondering where he's going to put it. Dumps it inside, and a nice bucket there by Metawali. Some good passing from the outside. Reiterate, most of BC's buckets, they're finding plenty of space inside. Turnover there. Good work there by Mabeni. All of a sudden, BC comes out here hard in the third quarter. Open up a 70-27 lead just like that. PEI not protecting the ball. Here's the earlier coaching staff imploring its players to come to the ball. It's one of the biggest if not smallest things that turn into big things. Standing stationary will get you in all kinds of trouble. McKinnon with a 3 look. That goes off the right rim. BC controls, and it moves with its head coach asking him to sprint. And inside that does not go. McDonald Wood with the board. Makes his way into the key area, kicks it off. Good look there, and just knocked down was Zach Blood, and he's helped up by Ajla, who's going to pick up the foul on that play. Those two have met earlier in the first quarter. Big Ajla going in hard for a bucket. Took out the diminutive Blood pretty good. Blood, to his credit, up both times. Got the grit and gumption of an Islander. A timeout goes to PEI. And we'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to the Richard J. Curry Center. Brad Janes here between Canada Basketball Under-15 opener between British Columbia and Prince Edward Island. PEI just coming out of a timeout. It trails 70-27 with Zach Blood going to the line. First one rattles around, falls away as Blood tries to go 50% here. 5:38 to go in the third quarter. BC firmly in control and has come out very strong here at half. Here the PEI coaching staff asking their players to make it tough on them. BC has had its way here early, if not the entire game, but specifically here in the third, especially inside just like that. That doesn't fall. Big battle of McDonald Wood underneath, and here comes Ajla in. Oh, he misses it. Picked up there by Jordan Ellsworth. Dishes to McDonald Wood. He goes back to McKinnon. Breaks the center line. McDonald Wood dumps it into Ellsworth. Back to the bucket. McDonald Wood has it. Kicks it out to Blood. Long distance 3. That goes off the front of the rim. Good rebound there by Ellsworth. That goes off a BC hand. And harmlessly into the scorer's table. Dedicated crew of volunteers here again doing the scoring, the stats. FIBA stats as the referee have a discussion whether that was tipped or not. You can see Vern Thomas, the commissioner here, suggesting that it goes PEI's way, and that's exactly what's going to do, but the referees do want to have a little conversation about it again just to make sure. The PEI fans implored to get into it. Its team down convincingly here. About a 3-hour trip from PEI across the Confederation Bridge to Fredericton. 2.5 if you're really serious about it. But we won't tell that to anybody, and the shot clock violation does indeed go. 4:42 to go here in the third, 70-28. British Columbia in control. Have been since the outset for the most part, although PEI did open the scoring. That early 9-0 run by BC really set the tone. And inside again goes Randawa, and PEI just simply unable to contain him. And Ajla, who scored a bucket of points in the first half, is now playing the role of playmaker, just dishing it inside. Almost a little bit of positional role reversal there. Getting ready to come into the game for PEI is Arman Singh, who hit a big 3 earlier in the game to give the crowd something to celebrate, just as Zach Blood does there now, looking for positives from PEI, which is going to open this tournament with a setback. And there's that combination again. Just unstoppable. Ajla inside to Randawa. And he's just scoring at will. 74-31 BC, 3:48 and counting here in the third quarter. Looking for an open look was Plord. He gets inside and stuffed immediately as BC turns it up the other way. Randawa goes inside again and fouled. He's going to pick it up. And again, PEI, I was going to say unable to lay a hand on them. They finally do and then get called on the foul. Basket's good, and Zach Blood picks that up. That's first team foul. BC with one team foul as well. BC with full complement of timeouts left, 3 of them in fact. And PEI has 2 timeouts as Singh does check into the game. PEI jerseys with the PEI flag on the nape. BC with the Canadian flag on the back of its jerseys, and completing the 3-point play, it's Randawa. McKinnon moves the ball up for PEI. Slides in, tries to kick out. Singh has it. Good job keeping that in. McDonald Wood has it. Now gets an open look. Fires that. A lot of the players, too, remember, through the summer using the Molten Ball, sponsor of Canada Basketball. A little different feel. And there's Randawa again. And at the risk of repeating, Randawa has just been unleashed here in the third quarter for BC. Unstoppable presence for the designated visiting team. Ruben Wright moving in. You hear the fans saying no foul, and there's an easy turn up. Picking up the loose change there was Parker Fleming. Stretches the lead to 50 now. It's 81-31, British Columbia. McDonald Wood, is that in? Ellsworth trying to secure the rebound. He can't get that. And BC with guess who? Randawa, and picks up another foul. He's having himself a tournament here in this game. Canada Basketball is on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow Canada Basketball and join the conversation using hashtag Nationals 2019 to share your basketball stories, pictures, and more. Players that are thirsty in need of a drink are using BioSteel Sports Nutrition. Initially developed for the pros, BioSteel now the go-to sugar-free sports drink in locker rooms and households alike. And here is the official drink of Canada Basketball U17 and 15 championships, featuring quality ingredients delivering optimal hydration. Players refueling with that, and PEI just trying to get some energy going here. Knew going into this contest it was going to be a difficult task to remain in the game, as McDonald Wood trying to get things from beyond the arc doesn't work. And Randawa has the ball to Coop. Nice little touch inside and a spin move. Oh, and a nice pass, but unaware for that was Sandhu. But they pick it up. Randawa short on that. I think it's the first time he's missed here in the third quarter. BC all over PEI. Cole Coop now. Shot clock down to 7. Makes a little stutter step, moves in off glass. That rolls in. And Singh's going to inbound. PEI looking for answers. And called on the travel there, just looking around, trying to make anything happen was Ben Plord, looking for an open player. Not there. 86-31, $1:45 to go here in the third quarter as Cole Coop corrals it. Brings it into PEI territory, dishes off to Randawa, who goes in, misses that one. BC controls. And inside, Ruben Wright, that does fall. Nice drive to the bucket. And a little bit of pressure here by BC. That's Parker Fleming. And it does cause a turnover. Fleming's the recipient of that. So he goes back inside, and going to the bucket was BC Sandhu, but he's going to pick up a foul. And he's going to go to the line, getting his first action here in the Canada Basketball Championship. That's Ellsworth. Foul, calling that his third for Ellsworth. And missing the first one is Sandhu. Again, just coming in, making his debut here on the Richard J. Curry floor, as BC starting to get into its bench now. Talib and Fleming get up. Sorry, not Fleming, that's Siran, who have made appearances here in this game, all part of it. BC's next bucket will put them over the 90 point, assuming it's not a single free throw. Singh with a long distance shot, and he buries that. That's a pair for the diminutive Singh from the left wing. So he's got some three ball working. 88-34. It's a spill, and Sandhu in, off glass and in. Indeed, BC reaches the 90 point plateau. It's 90-34 as we get inside almost half a minute to play here in quarter number 3. McDonald Wood has had himself a workout. He's been good for PEI, given everything he has in a difficult contest. The good news is we're going to the Nationals. The bad news is we're opening against BC here at the under 15 line as BC checks in 2 new faces. And McDonald Wood on the line. Misses that. Vern Thomas, the commissioner, longtime basketball personality in New Brunswick, handling all the technical stuff here behind the official scorers table. Kathleen Johnson, an assistant coach with St. Thomas University women's basketball, working the camera here, so she's going left to right, right to left, and dead center. She's actually in charge of all the volunteers this week as well, so Kat has had her hands full making sure all the positions are filled, which they have been. New Brunswick is a great place to host a national championship because the volunteers come out in droves. Inside 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ellsworth has that go off his hands, so good work there by BC's Coop. As we reach 5 after 6 in the morning in British Columbia, we're already well into our day here in New Brunswick, 4 hours ahead. On a beautiful holiday Monday, New Brunswick Day as we celebrate. What better place to be than inside a gym? Good job there by the Island, but that's going to be a shot clock violation as the referees. Remember, a lot of these refs, too, from across the country haven't worked together, so there can be some communication challenges, especially as the games get tighter. 90-34. BC, 7 seconds to go. See if they try to light up the electric light bulbs again, and there's a foul with 3.1 seconds to play. And that's going on. Sandhu picks up that indiscretion. PEI with 3.1 seconds, but a full press here by BC is going to eliminate any bids for a shot. McDonald Wood gives it the old heave-ho and the old college try, but that doesn't work as we've come to the end of 30 minutes. 90-34. BC leads Prince Edward Island. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a couple of minutes. And we're back at the Richard J. Curry Center on the campus of the University of New Brunswick as we get set for the final 10 minutes of Game 1 of this National Under-15 Championship. The Under-17s unfolding up top as we get things going. We're just mere seconds away, and to my left is Tyler Slip, who's the interim executive director of basketball New Brunswick. Tyler, former coach of University of Waterloo Warriors women's team, and he's back in New Brunswick accepting a position with BNB, and he's with his daughter here now. But I can tell you one thing, he's been pretty much camped out here at the Curry Center since about, I don't know, Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Tyler Slip doing a tremendous job leading this brigade, 8-person committee that has a number of distribution committees, making sure this runs so well. And Canada Basketball would like to extend a special welcome to all VIPs, dignitaries, and alumni in attendance at this tournament. And as the week builds, you'll start seeing more familiar faces. That's for sure. Canada Basketball, a not-for-profit organization, just unable to produce national events like this without the efforts of a dedicated team, and that goes with Tyler Slip. Canada Basketball thanking Basketball New Brunswick, its staff, administrators, officials, and volunteers who are certainly making this week what it's going to be. And a special shout-out also goes to the University of New Brunswick, home of the UNB Reds of U Sports, just David Sad and his staff with the transformation of this recreational gym that you're seeing right now, unrecognizable if you were to come here on Monday and it's back to its regular curtained off 2-gym situation. And then, of course, the Performance Center where UNB plays its home games, a magnificent structure opened here in 2011, named after Richard Curry, St. John native actually, who rose to fame, Loblaws fame and business, and has his name adorning the wall. And in case you see any of the spellings, center is spelled ER, not the traditional Canadian way, RE. But Mr. Curry wanted it spelled the ER way. Certainly when you've got the naming rights, you have whatever you want. From the line, BC's Talib scores that. See if he's good on shot number 2. We're surrounded by a walking track here as well, so some people getting an early holiday workout into play. And 2 for 2 goes Talib. 92-34, BC stretches its lead here early in the fourth quarter. PEI, McDonald Wood, he's logged a lot of floor time, and he's had the ball in his hands an awful lot for PEI. Inside was Bolger seeing his first action, and Singh, who's had a couple of threes. That one doesn't fail. Coop asking for directions from the sidelines into which offense to run. And Coop makes his way up. Little outburst there from PEI as the public address announcer. And to get the Island crew into this game verbally. They were here early. I went over, asked if they're from BC, and was quickly told no, wrong. So wasn't getting my week off to a good start. PEI fierce and proud. Heading over there on November 1st and 2nd for the U Sports Atlantic University Sport Opener. The UPEI and St. Mary's University Huskies looking forward to getting to the Island and its hospitality. But November can wait a little bit as we're enjoying the fruits of summer and going the other way. As Parker Fleming for a pair as BC creeps ever closer to the century mark. Long distance shot there by PEI's Plord doesn't work, and BC continues to run the floor. Fleming, though, into a little battle there with Bolger. Doesn't make it go. And McDonald Wood has it. Wards off. Some steal bids, and Singh, he's got the touch. He's up to 8 now. This little floater goes in. 94-36 is the lead now with Coop down on the left wing. BC, with that athleticism, can get inside, and Coop doesn't mind jacking it up, but misses wildly on that play. McDonald Wood has it going the other way. See if he kicks off. He doesn't. Goes righty and scores. Wasn't sure if he was going to try to kick that out to Ben Murphy or not, but he just went towards the bucket and was rewarded for that. Coop to the inside, and BC controls. Saran gets it in. Another shot to the bucket is Fleming, and he's going to be rewarded for his work there by going to the foul line as BC gets set to bring in Metawali back into the game, and Reed Lowen's going to return, but Metawali's going to take the shooter, Mark Fleming, as Singh comes out along with Plord and gets a nice hand. And coming in for PEI is Whitnell back into the game and making his national debut here at the Richard J. Curry Center is Nolan Craig for PEI. That goes out of bounds. That's going to allow Metawali to come in. BC going to rest its starters for the most part. Everybody a chance to get into some action here. As the ball disappears behind the curtain and get lost in there. I can't tell you, there's a mix of soccer nets and ping pong table and a few other things in behind the black curtain, just in case you're wondering if there's any magic acts coming up later. No, just a storage area. 6:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. BC 94-38 over PEI. McDonald Wood knocks that one down. It's into the deficit as PEI hits the 40-point plateau. As mentioned earlier, the Island knowing it was going to be in for a battle here. And a foul coming in is Craig, and he's going to get his name on the score sheet by picking up his first personal. That's the third team on PEI. BC without any fouls at this juncture here in the fourth quarter as it's coasting in the opener. 6:38 to go with Cole Coop on the line looking for a pair. Remember again, no zones in the under 15 level. Two-man referee system here this morning. And the under 17s use the 3 official program. I was upstairs during halftime. Both teams were right on target because halftime's at the same time, and it was 70-30 Manitoba over Newfoundland in that opener. BC with a little bit of pressure here now. It's it in to McDonald Wood off the hands of Craig. It's a pretty good second half. Has McDonald Wood, tries to keep that going. Kicks out some long distance shot, and that's knocked down by Ben Murphy. Getting ready to check in for PEI is Jim Holton. He's going to get his first taste of action here in Fredericton. Good job there, keeping with it. Can't make it fall is Reed Lowen. And PEI, a little burst of fury here. McDonald Wood kicks it out. Taking a look quickly there was Craig as they get down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nice look, PEI with some rotation there. A long distance 3 knocked down by Murphy. So the PEI fans coming alive in the stands as its team not going to win this game, but making some things happen here. It's that third quarter. In the first half was BC's too, but the visitors from out west really came out hard in the third. Nice little work there by Craig. He goes up, can't make that fall. Not a lot of size in Nolan Craig, but he's not going to shy away. You can tell that as he makes his national debut out there. Now he's going to defend, trying to find some open looks. He's already picked up a foul, has the gritty Craig. BC looking to get inside, and that's a little pump there. That doesn't fall, so PEI is going to pick it up. As substitution comes in for the Island, Jim Holton. He's going to come in and takes out Willis Bolger, who's limping to the bench. So not sure how banged up he is, but he looks like his right ankle as he makes his way and talks to the coaching staff. As we reach the midway point here of quarter number 4, 96-46. BC in complete control. Craig trying to find something inside. Tries to get in between a couple fjords there. That doesn't work. Going to pick up a foul against BC. That foul goes to Ruben Wright. He picks up his second personal, team's first. Brad Janes here on SportsCanada.TV. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you may be, whether from British Columbia, whether from Pownal, PEI, doesn't matter. Could be from Manitoba watching this one. And with a relative or just a fan of Canada basketball action, we're glad to have you, and we've got the sights and sounds all week, thanks to the magic of SportsCanada.TV and Canada Basketball, and with the help of Basketball New Brunswick, hosting nationals for the second consecutive year. And that foul is going to be picked up by Jim Holton coming into the game, picks up a foul right off the hop. Going to the line for BC is Talib. Misses that first one, almost stuck it in the corner. 4:40 to go here in the fourth. 4 fouls, by the way, on PEI. And 1 on BC. McDonald Wood, aggressive player for the Island. As mentioned, he's had the ball a lot. Gets it into Craig on the right wing. He's just going to shoot it, does McDonald Wood. Caught a lot of air on that one. Doesn't go. Rebound by BC. Well into its bench now and coming back into the game, taking a seat at the scorer's table is Parker Fleming. Getting to the bucket right side and just a hook shot, almost an underneath hook shot, was Ruben Wright. That doesn't go, but he's in a battle now with Holton. He may pick up a foul. We'll see who that's against. It was indeed Ruben Wright who shakes his head in disagreement. BC ahead by 50 here is going to lay back. And coming out is Talib. A little bit of pressure now by Wright against McDonald Wood. Just a quick push off. He's going to handle the ball as Craig gets it. At the left wing. Gets it inside. Good job there handling that was Holton. But now there's a little bit of chaos going on. And it's going to be a rare jump ball. And the ball is going to go to BC. 3:52 to go here. Quick hello to those watching out in Victoria, BC as well with the girls under 17 and under 15 championships ready to start in that beautiful British Columbia city. The games are on television here up in the media and volunteer lounge, so we'll be plenty of basketball in New Brunswick interest, of course, with its under 17 and under 15 teams. Out west, plenty of interest across the country. Canada Basketball Age Class Championships, a staple of August, that's for sure, regardless of what city it's in. Ooh, and just making the line, and he doesn't. Holton stepped on the black line, called for a back over, 3:19 to go. BC ahead, 98-46, and on the turnover here now. Looking to hit the century mark in this opener. Some more action coming up right after this game. And it's a basketball paradise for fans if you're just someone who loves to see the game played at this level. Buy a ticket, sit in here all day, pick the game of choice. It's air-conditioned place. Temperature expected to go up to 26 today. Last week was a smoke show hot here in Fredericton. Temperature soaring into the 30s, 34, 33, 32. Thank goodness for pools. There's a shot clock violation against BC, but a little bit more manageable heat-wise here this week. As long as you have AC, you're good to go. Under 3 minutes now here in the fourth quarter, 98-46. BC well in charge, has been almost since the outset, if you remember. It was a 2-0 lead for the Island, but then it just became BC show and out of bounds as McDonald Wood disagrees with that. And he's not going to win that argument. That's another thing, players getting used to different courts, different fields, different angles, and everything else that comes with it. BC looking to hit 100 points here in the opener. See if that score clock reaches. And a little bit of head contact on PEI. Holton picks up his second personal. And that's 5 for PEI, so British Columbia will go to the line in the bonus. And going to the line is Reed Lowen. It's the spin, gets that to roll. 99 now to 46 as we get into the dying stages of this opener. Under 15 Canada Basketball Boys Championships. Misses that one. Holton can't scrape the rebound. Lowen goes in, kicks it out to right. Misses the three and goes in. Jumping out of the gym, gets in, bangs it in, and there it is. 101-46 for BC. As McDonald Wood braces himself for another challenge for PEI. Kalen McDonald Wood, he has been good today for PEI, giving a little bit of hope, and there's a foul on BC. That's going to be its third. Lowen picks that up, so 1 second you're shooting free throws after drawing a foul, and now you're drawing one yourself. That's the third team foul for BC. 2:09 to play. Right now, PEI wants to get this one over with, and BC getting set to prepare for its second challenge. Mad scramble for the ball, all kinds of bodies, including 3 of them on the floor. And PEI with its hustle is going to get the jump ball directional arrow. Keep that in. $1.57 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to be here with you all day and into the night. SportsCanada.TV. Again, busy day of action here at the opener. Tuesday, a little bit more quiet with the banquet, of course. Canada Basketball, I'd like to thank its partner Nike for its ongoing support of Canada Basketball National Championships in 2019. You know what Nike asks you to do, just do it. And Canada Basketball is on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter too. You can follow Canada Basketball. Join the conversation using hashtag Nationals 2019 to share your stories, pictures, and more. Plenty to do here in New Brunswick's capital city on this holiday weekend, and out of bounds is McDonald Wood. He's having some difficulties down in that corner. It's 2 out of 3 possessions as Blood looks to check in that McDonald Wood has stepped out of bounds, and he's going to come and have the rest of the day off. Is McDonald Wood. Blood coming in to the contest. We dip under a minute and a half to play here in this opening contest. Brad James, glad to be here. I'll be here for the next match here at the Performance Center. Joyce Slip, Canada's former captain for 1976 Olympic team, women's basketball in Montreal. Her and her husband Dick, just 2 major contributors to basketball and sports, as a matter of fact, in the province of New Brunswick and beyond. Are calling the games upstairs, Fred Connors, who's head coach of the St. Thomas University women's basketball team, and Phil Drost, who's a CBC commentator here in Fredericton, are the other play-by-play, along with Darcy McKillop, who's Sports New Brunswick's director. So we've got a crew of casting characters calling the games here for your pleasure. Nothing better than at least hearing some voice. And if you couldn't make it from wherever you may be, we're glad through SportsCanada.TV to have the pictures and description. You can nestle into your favorite couch and watch an entire day of basketball, if not an entire week. We're glad to be here in New Brunswick's capital. 65 seconds to go here in this game in BC. It's been kind of a story of the contest, just turnover after turnover, unable to make that go low, and tries to get inside, takes another look, gets a piece of that. Coming in hard was Fleming. And the ball's going to go to BC off the jump ball. And just the British Columbians pretty hungry for it, that's for sure. Everything going right for BC in the opener. PEI with some highlights, knocking down a bunch of threes to get some early momentum going, but just unable to contain BC in its size. 5-second violation on the inbound. And PEI is going to take over with 53.7 seconds to play. Nolan Craig sets up the offense for PEI. Keeping a wary eye on him is Metawali. Craig gets it back, gets to the top of the key, tries to scoot in there, and he's just unable to make it happen. That's the outstretched hands of Reed Lowen. Got about 5, maybe 6 inches on him, if not more. PEI getting the ball back. 37.8 seconds. It trails 105-46 as this game reaches its final stages as we come up to almost 10:30 Atlantic on your clock. And there's a bucket from Nate Whitnell. Draws some appreciation from the Island contingent on hand, and it's a pretty good contingent, but going hard to the bucket was BC's Metawali. And BC is going to win this game. See if PEI can get a shot off in the last and the dying seconds. Nolan Craig takes it. And if there's anything out, Holton was driving and kicked out, draws the foul. And that foul goes against BC's Reed Lowen. It's going to be his third. PEI, 6.2 seconds, see if it can get a shot away. Plenty of arms, outstretched arms, and they're just going to throw that away. And BC is going to end this game with an inbound. And that's going to be it as they gain half court. And British Columbia gets the initial shot of adrenaline at this Canada Basketball Under-15 Boys Championship. with a convincing 107-48 victory over PEI. 107-48, game one is in the books. Here from Fredericton, New Brunswick, we're going to be about a half hour out from our next contest. Can't wait to call it here on SportsCanada.TV. We'll be back at you in about 35 minutes.